Very nice.
No grease coming off it.
Very nice. The chips smell good. The oil smells fresh. The chips are a little bit greasy. I've got grease here on the fingers. Dan and I and Jamie's Rockin' Soul are in the Ferry Café, which is open 7 days a week. It's near the ferry in Fleetwood, hence it's called the Ferry Café. And they do a cracking fish and chips menu. We saw 2 lovely ladies with their dogs and they gave it a 10 out of 10. But as for us, we shall see. The table could be a little bit cleaner, so that might be a deduction. However, they do specials. Teaspoon
On the floor.
on the floor.
Unless Yuri Geller's just been in here.
That's my trick. So they do good menu, including a takeaway menu where you can get pie, chips, gravy or mushy peas for £7.50, and they also do 2 small fish and chips with all the dippings for £12 as a special. They also do gluten-free batter, which will be mine, and
Positive.
that is very positive. That is really positive. And there's a pensioners special. Alas, I'm a few years yet away from being classed as a pensioner, even though I'm over 60. But I'm not wishing my life away. You can have a breakfast, chips, side orders, various mains, kiddies meals, pies, jacket potatoes. But who comes to the seaside for a jacket potato? What do you think, bro? Yes? No?
Not many people come all this way just to sample a potato.
They don't do that.
Plus the soil's very acidic around here. Probably wouldn't enjoy it as much as the traditional food that we
Probably
have
not.
here.
Probably not. So what are you going for then, Dan?
I'll probably have the fish and chips.
Exactly the same.
That's 3 times then.
Regular
I'll-
or
I don't know.
regular haddock with gluten-free
I'll have
batter.
a regular haddock
We all remember
with gluten-free
where we
batter
were on
and
9/11.
chips.
And clods of vessel.
But today
Would you
is
like
the day
gravy, peas,
here at the
curry?
Ferry Café in our hunt
Peas,
for
please.
fish and chips. We're going to put this to bed. We're going to give it a mark. Fish and chips here at the Ferry Café. And no 2 people are the same. Maybe I'll like it, maybe I won't. Maybe Kat will like it, maybe she won't. Maybe Dan will like it, maybe he won't, but we'll have to be quick to get Dan to school. Because it won't be here for long.
Cod and chips?
Cod and chips, thank you. Yeah,
Peas?
no, I'm happy with cod and chips,
Just
please.
cod and chips.
So we have here a lovely Yorkshire brew for the 3 of us. Proper Yorkshire tea.
lass.
By gum Reynolds. And because they don't have gluten-free batter, they're actually taking the trouble to grill me fish. Now that's what you call
That
service.
deserves
Yes,
what we
yes,
call
yes.
a slow clap.
Yes, definitely. Claps to that. Definitely, claps to that. Thanks for doing that, Dan.
Pleasure.
Excellent. So we'll pour a brew then and wet the whistle and wait for the food to arrive.
Let's get that with
34.
Come in, 34.
It doubles as a fly squat.
The decor in here is a little bit tired. It's seen better days. It could do with tarting up a little bit. It could be a little bit cleaner as well. But I'm not going to pass judgment yet. I'm going to wait for the food. And we've been waiting here a wee while now. But we'll see. Tell me your insight, Dan.
Yes, it does look a bit tired inside, but one thing I've noticed is they don't have the chart of all the fish and mollusks in the sea that chippies generally have on the wall.
Yeah, you're right about that. I wonder why. What do you think, Ro? Why haven't you got the chart? Have you got any ideas?
Although I think it's very observant by Dan In all honesty, I don't have a Scooby cat. But you're right what you say, yeah, it would be, you know, like seeing the different kinds of fish or mollusk or whatever they're selling, wouldn't you?
Do you think somebody vandalised it?
They've got the menus, haven't they?
Yes.
Oh, there's the food.
Well, the food has arrived. Jamie has fish and chips there. I believe it's cod. The batter looks lovely and bubbly. Very nice.
No grease coming off it.
Very nice. Dan, the same?
Same.
No grease?
No grease. Lovely and crispy.
And
Chips are gorgeous.
I have
Oh, thank you.
grilled haddock because they had no gluten-free batter. I'm off the gluten again. Back on FODMAP. And lovely chips. The chips.
You know what would have been nice? A squish of lemon.
Yes, it would, wouldn't it? We haven't got any lemon.
Well, that's just
The chips smell good. The oil smells fresh. The chips are a little bit greasy. I've got grease here on the fingers. The grilled haddock looks good. I've got mushy peas as well. They look more like homemade because they're not the bright green ones that you get out of the tin. The homemade ones are always a little bit darker. They've still got some pea structure as well. I'm going to try those first. The peas have a little bit of bite. They could have probably been cooked for a few more minutes. My main criticism is
doing their own review with Dan.
the peas are really salty. The peas are very salty.
It's going to be interesting to see the scores, the north-south divide on the fish and chip scores. Chips for me. Nice crunch.
The fish is seasoned. Nice
Most flavours of potatoes I've ever had.
white flakes.
Not a bad start.
The haddock is fresh. It doesn't appear to have any skin on. Just little bits here and there. It tastes of the sea, which is a good sign. And it's just cooked. You can see there's that opaque colour, but that slight translucency where it's just cooked. It's not overcooked. The fish is nice. It's got a little bit of seasoning on, but not too much. But the peas are very salty. I don't know how many of the peas I'll actually be eating because I have a low sodium diet. I'll try the chips now. That one's bent. My main observation though is that the chips are a bit greasy. The oil's fresh, the piping hot,
Now you all know at home my favourite chip is
nice and fluffy on the
sour
inside.
fishery. And that sets the benchmark for everybody else.
That chip
Price,
tastes a bit better.
value, taste. Are these chips as good as Tower Fisheries? You do get more.
This one's
I'm completely
a
honest.
little bit crispier on the outside and
Tower Fisheries have
still
the edge.
fluffy
They have the edge on everybody.
on the inside.
Not to say it's bad, they're very nice. Next the fish. Yes, gentlemen heat with their fork and
What about yours, Dan?
Fish is lovely and crispy.
that was very good.
Batter's crisp.
I like it.
Fish perfectly cooked inside. Chips, as you say, are a bit on the greasy side. But they're fairly fluffy inside. A bit of ketchup.
It's nice.
And
Again,
I agree with you on the peas. They are a bit salty, but I don't mind saltiness. The tartar sauce is salty too.
Without a mist of salmon or gravy.
What mark would you give it?
I'd give it a good 9, I reckon.
9 out of 10 from
Very
Dan.
nice. I do have to compare it to
Going
my
to
only
have
mother
another
hubbard
chip.
in the clip earlier. But my favourite chippy
vloggers, vlogging
our
together.
fisheries. So with
I
that in
don't mind the
I'm
peas
going to keep on eating.
if I dip them chips in the mushy peas. But if I was eating the mushy peas on their own,
It got
no.
you. It got you.
But if I dip them chips in the mushy peas, then the mushy peas are okay. But they've been over salted. But at least they're homemade because they're darker colour.
You watch me, viewers, and I'm just a mere amateur. Watch the professional in action.
I love this fish. Just the right
How's it been for you so far, Dan?
opacity.
I'm enjoying it. It's lush.
Dan's gone the full hog and gone for the ketchup on the
Look how
chips as
shiny
well.
that
Bolted it
fish
down in 2
is.
seconds like I did last time.
Just the right opacity.
Next time you see that plate,
just
there'll just be
cooked.
one of those bulrushes going over the top of it and the plate will be empty.
If you overcook fish, it gets very dry and rubbery. So this is just perfect, just opaque, with that slight translucent gleam to it.
Gonna look at mine, Kat?
Yes.
Nice and
That's
crunchy.
beautiful.
I did get a bit of a
Not a criticism because it tastes nice.
Yes.
I've got a bit of a smell of the fish, whereas
Yeah.
the freshest fish gives no odour at all, does it? Just being honest. I mean, I must be
Honesty's everything. The batter looks good though.
But it is pasty. The batter's delicious.
It does. That's good batter.
You must have a special way of doing it to make it.
It's bubbly.
Bubbly, that's a
yeah,
good
it's
word.
bubbly. It's been cooked at the right temperature.
Oh, okay.
When you've got batter that's not bubbly, the oil's usually not hot enough.
We've got a good fish fryer here, then obviously, yeah.
Yeah. So what mark would you give yours out of 10, bro? Dan's given it a 9. What would you give it?
Well, you know my favourite's tower fisheries.
Yes.
So I've sort of compared it to that. Is it as good? I have to be honest and say no. It is nice. The batter is crispy. The chips, I don't know about you, don't have a lot of flavour, do they?
No.
But all in all, for today's meal, I would say an 8. 8 out of 10.
That's a
Seems-
good mark. 8 out of
Seems to be
10.
the score, I think, yeah. 8 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah. Very nice.
As for me, I'm happy with the fish. The chips, well, I think Jamie's summed that up really well. The peas are far too salty. For somebody on a low sodium diet, they're too salty for me. And I think given the surroundings and the ambiance, the cleanliness, I'm going to give it 7.8 out of 10. So that's 7.8 out of 10 from me. And I'll put above what the group score is. Up above.
Well, yeah, we've still got to have Dan's score yet, haven't we?
He's given a 9. He's,
Oh, a 9,
he's
okay.
done it, yeah, he's done a
I think
9.
that's the most generous of us all.
Yeah. But he might have enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it.
So what's that? Out of 30 between us, we've given it 24.8.
Yes. That's right. 24.8 out of 30.
Which, considering you could argue it's in a tourist trap right at the front, and you could probably sell whatever they wanted and still get busy. I think that's a good score.
I do.
Seafront
I
fish and
think
chip
yes,
restaurant.
yeah, definitely. So that's 24.8 as a group score out of 30, and my personal score is 7.8 out of 10. It's still a good place to get a decent nosh. The staff
Very popular.
seem to be quite efficient, it's popular, and it's a real catch. The locals seem to really like it here. So that's 24.8 out of 30 or 7.8 out of 10. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Please do comment. What did you think of the food? Would you eat here? What do you think of the decor? Do you think they could tart it up a bit? Because they must be doing reasonably well because it's packed. So they must have a few quid to spend on even just a few little titivations. Please share, please subscribe, ding the notification bell, ding ding, and I'll see you again soon for the next one. Until then, bye for now.